What is up, everyone? Welcome to S&J Sports Talk here with my co-host Stanley. How you doing, man?
What's going on, Jonathan?
Good. We
I'm doing well.
We got a good episode here for y'all, bro. We're gonna be covering the NBA, the NFL, the WNBA. We got all sorts of things going.
All types of topics happening in sports.
Real quick, before we get into this video, be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already to this channel. Turn on that notification bell so every time we post an episode or a short or a 5-minute video or whatnot, you will get notified and be able to listen to our podcast, all right? Don't forget to check us out on Spotify. And we want you guys to say a little something in the comments, all right? So listen, the question of the day is, what is the greatest sports moment you ever witnessed live? All right. So go ahead and put that down in the comments right now.
Ooh,
and then we about to hear
question
from Stanley right here.
That's a great question. The question is, what is the greatest sports moment you have ever witnessed? So, like, you don't have to have been there in person, but you had to have been living when it happened. Not talking about like
you ever
can't
seen live like on TV. Or something.
Yeah. Don't tell me about Jordan's final shot when you weren't born. I'm talking about what you witnessed. Like, you went to your phone and you're like, "Whoa, this just happened." Kobe just dropped 61 in his last 60 points in his last game. What's something like that happened? And like you said, we got a number of other topics going on. Of course, the whole Brittney Griner situation. That's something we're gonna have to touch on real quick. But getting back to the question, I don't know, man. You want to start with it? You got a sports moment?
All right, so
greatest sports moment you witnessed in how many years? How many years are we tracking?
16 years.
Going on 17 years.
For me, I thought about this one a little bit. It's got to be the 2016 that comeback from the Cleveland Cavaliers, man. LeBron James. It's got to be that. It's got to be that Game 7. Kyrie and LeBron James dropping 41 points each, bro. Okay. And they just doing their thing, you know what I'm saying? That was actually a really, really good game. Illegalo with the block and everything, and then Kyrie with the three towards the end of the game. And that was crazy.
Was that the same game? LeBron had the block in Game 7, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Blocked by James, you know what I'm saying?
So that was a classic moment all alone.
Yeah, that was a block.
Already was a classic.
It was a classic, man. And I just remember witnessing it live. Like, I really thought the Warriors were going to win that series. I was sitting there, it's like Game 5 or whatnot. Draymond gets ejected or whatnot.
Okay.
That whole series was interesting because Draymond got ejected. Then he got suspended for like the next game, like Game 6 or whatnot, right? Then Curry gets suspended at the end of the game, or ejected at the end of the game because he got a tech or something.
Okay.
And so it was just like when you look back at the 2016 Warriors team, it's like, yo, if they had some self control, I think they could have won that. But it was like I think they lost it. They definitely did lose that series themselves.
Yeah,
that was definitely
and
the greatest.
It was the first time that happened. 3-1 comeback in the finals. That was the first time.
Yeah. So that was definitely the greatest sports moment I've witnessed live like that.
That's a really good one.
Yeah.
That's a really good one. You know what? I forgot about that whole series and how that was a big series. Those two teams were pretty much rivalries at the time. They kept going to the finals every year.
And the year before that, LeBron was like there, but like he didn't have Kyrie or Kevin Love or whatnot. He didn't have his.
Right. And so the Cleveland coming back, that's what made Golden State say, we need to get Kevin Durant.
Bro. That's crazy. The Cavaliers and Golden State, they were in the finals for like 4 years straight, man.
Just kept playing each other. That's true.
Yeah.
So
they could have won 2018 if Gerald Smith didn't do.
The greatest sports moment I've witnessed, I was gonna say a Kobe moment, which was I watched this one live. I was watching this game live when he was playing Phoenix Suns, and they would go into overtime. I think it's him, Smush Parker. Phoenix Suns had Steve Nash. And Kobe, he hits the shot that goes into overtime. Then he hits the shot that wins in overtime.
Wow.
And they go up in the series, I think 3-1 or whatnot. And I think they end up losing that series. But that sports moment was great. But the greatest sports moment I've ever witnessed, emphasis with the bang on the table, the greatest sports moment I've ever witnessed has to be 2008 Beijing, China. Usain Bolt. He was running and he did the 100-meter world record.
Wow.
I remember watching this one live. We always would watch the 100 meters. And he did the world record, I think he did it in less time. But at the end of the race, he's running his 100 meter. It's real quick. At the end of the race, he puts his arms out like this. and he's just flying. He's looking at the crowd, and he didn't even finish the race running, and he still broke the world record.
Wow.
And he was just beating his chest before he even went across the finish line.
He already knew.
He was that far ahead, and he beat the world record. That was one of the greatest. That was, for me personally, a great sports moment I'll always remember, because you don't get the Olympics all the time, so it's more rare, and it's something that when you see it, it's fascinating to see. So for him to dominate on that level, and that was when Usain Bolt was, I think those were his first gold medals. So he was he was a young little kid from Jamaica 14, 15 years ago. Just, he looked like a kid from Jamaica. And after that, he became champion. He was champion ever since then. So that was one of the greatest sports moment I ever witnessed. Y'all let us know what the greatest sports moment is that you ever witnessed. Make sure you put it in the comments. And I like how you said that, Jonathan. Like our video, subscribe to our page. We need those likes up. If you're watching the video, we don't want to see like 50 likes and or 50 views and 2 likes, and we want to see 50 views and maybe like 30, 40 likes or something if you like the video. So it helps us with the algorithm. It helps us get our publicity and promote our channel. If y'all like what y'all hearing here on S&J Sports Talk. And in other news, okay, we gotta run through some things, man. We got some stuff going on in the news. Of course, all of you all have heard by now pretty much about the situation with
Brittney Griner.
The WNBA player, Brittney Griner, our sister Brittney Griner, who let them know what happened, Jonathan. What's the new news that came out today?
Hey, the new news that came out today, this Thursday morning, I wake up, what I'm saying. Of course, I go, I'm on Instagram while I'm eating, saying it. I'm
catching up on the news.
Brittney Griner sentenced to 9.5 years in prison.
Man, it's a cold game.
Yeah, that's what the Russian court sentenced her to 9.5 years. So she's been locked up since January 17th. So that's been like 5 months, man.
Wow.
That's crazy. So it's like, now people are getting on Joe Biden and stuff for not getting her back or whatnot. But that's a crazy situation, man. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, my first thought is, weren't they going to exchange some prisoners for her? I thought they were getting ready to exchange the prisoners. That fell through? The business deal fell through?
I'm pretty sure. I don't know what's going on with that, like Joe Biden situation and whatnot. Just Joe Biden's on a different level or whatnot. But basically what happened was, I think in order for them to have to do that, she had to be sentenced first to that's why so her attorney team or whatnot down there, she actually pleaded guilty because they think that's going to help her get back to America instead of pleading not guilty. So it's
man, you don't never plead guilty.
And it's like
you don't never plead guilty. I don't care what you let it sit forever. You don't never admit the guilt. You don't never admit the guilt. You didn't have no pen with nothing in it. You had a pen with ink in it. That's it.
That's what it was.
Yeah, you don't ever. There's never no admit guilt, and that helps you get out. Yeah, 9 years. I don't think she's gonna do 9 years.
I think
something's gonna happen before then. I don't know what, but something's gonna happen before then. What y'all think?
I think she will be back in America, before the end of this year for sure.
Really? Okay.
For sure. I don't think she's
going to be there. You think there's going to be some protest or pushback? I don't think she's going to be there 9
years. You know what? I don't think she's going to be there 9 years, but it's really possible it could happen. Mm-hmm. Because, people on media or whatnot, they're like, yeah, if this was LeBron, he would have been out. He would have been out in 1 day or whatnot. I was like, first, LeBron's so popular, he has people who's going to tell him the law in Russia. If he goes, first, I don't know what he was doing in Russia, but if he was there, he would know the laws. Yo, you really can't have this in your luggage or whatnot. He's so popular, he's gonna have people that's gonna help him with that.
So are they not smoking in Russia? That's what I want to know. Is Russia, you're not allowed to smoke over there?
It was cannabis or something like that. So
yeah, because
it was oil too. It wasn't even
Yeah, you're not allowed to smoke in Russia at all, because if that's the case, why would she even be in the country with anything that's illegal at her level and status? You know what I'm saying? But what we're, I guess, looking at more on this end of the question is, why in the world 6 months later have we as a country done nothing to go get a citizen out? You know what I'm saying? Like a citizen over a situation like this. Some people are like, hey, you're just supposed to obey the law. People get caught up in things, man. And if you're a citizen over here, you're supposed to have somebody have your back. But it seemed like nobody had had her back, really. It was kind of like they were trying to get the NBA players and pull on some WNBA players.
I think of like, I want to say LeVar Ball. He got a son out from China when he got arrested.
The middle son.
Like, Jello, I'm pretty sure. Jello. So
and they said Trump helped or had done something.
It was like, at the end of the day, the country had his back, you know what I'm saying? They're going to go get him out, you know what I'm saying? So it's like...
Yeah, you try to pull a slick one with one of our citizens, we got something on you too. That's how it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. But you see what we dealing with out here is we don't have nobody got our back.
Yeah.
Because like I said this in another video. Brittney Griner, they're talking about her getting caught up out there and how we need to go get her back. But over here, you got Montrezl Harrell. They're talking about he was on felony charges for having a certain amount of marijuana in his car. And I'm just saying, like, which one is this country
they don't make
gonna
it clear.
pick? Like, is this something you go to jail for? Or is it something that you sell? Because, I mean, there's plenty of places all up and down. I'm in California. You in California. Plenty of places all up and down where you can walk in a store and buy this stuff legally.
Yeah.
Legally.
And then they arrest you for having possession of it.
They arresting you and putting you in jail 9 years over there talking about you should have obeyed the law. You should have obeyed the law. Well, it's so much legal loopholes that don't make sense, and then you can obviously tell that this situation's bigger than just about did she have a vape pen or not. This is some war tactic stuff going on. Russia's in the middle of a war. The U.S. is in a state of emergency with monkeypox or whatever other disease they want to pick the next week, and then you got Brittney Griner, who, you know, of course we already know about the situation with black people in this country and oppression and whatnot. So you got three different things going on. You got the U.S. government, you got black issues, and then you got Russia in their war. Yeah. It's so many things going on. We don't know who's pulling what strings and who's doing what.
Yeah.
But I just know that we as black people, we couldn't stop everything for Brittney Griner to go and help her right now because we dealing with our own issues over here in America.
Yeah,
we just got shot down in the supermarket 10 deep in New York. You know, and plenty other stories that we shall not go into on S&J Sports Talk at this time. That's a whole other podcast. But we just have other issues. We couldn't
fight here,
man, we couldn't stop to go help her with the vape pen. Like, we feel bad for her. We were like, man, she shouldn't have done this. She shouldn't have got caught up. But we got too much stuff going on. Since January, from January to August, there's been so much stuff that happened in America. We didn't have time to stop and go get nobody from Russia. As LeBron said, do I even want to come back to America after I'm seeing the way America's treating everybody here?
Yeah.
So that's jokes on them, but she'll get out. She's not going to be in there for 9 years.
She won't be in there for 9.5 years.
No 9 years. 9 years, they're going to use her as leverage for whenever something happens with America. They're going to be like, give us so-and-so, we'll give you back Brittney Griner.
That's what they're going to have to do.
Yeah. They're going to get her. They're going to get her out there.
Something.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And honestly, there's so many facts about the situation we still really don't know. People are like, well, in Russia, they don't play that over there in Russia. What are you talking about? Russia got all types of mafias and stuff like that. What are they talking about?
You gotta understand, like, the court system in Russia is way different than America's system, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you might have attorneys or something talking about it, but the laws over there in Russia is definitely different than America. Like you said, in America, they don't even make the laws clear about the weed and stuff. So it's like they're arresting NBA players and stuff for this.
For stuff, yeah.
They're finding little stuff to get them. It's like, the truth is, they really just don't want people to be at the top, you know?
You know what the truth is, man? Is at what point do you break a law? Because I'm seeing people all over social media talking about, well, she just needed to follow the law. She just needed to follow the law. At what point do you say, I don't need to follow the law anymore? Like, this law is a joke. I don't need to follow it. At what point do you say that? You know what I'm saying? Because if we just sit there and follow laws, we'd still be under Britain today as a country. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention us as a group. If we were just following laws, we would still be enslaved right now as a country, as a people. You know? So at what point do you say, okay, these are some laws that ain't got nothing to do with nothing, and we don't got to follow them? You know, that's the question everybody got to ask for themselves. And I'm not trying to make it too political, but these political things keep coming up into sports.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sports get political for real.
The sports get so political all the time.
Yeah.
Let's keep moving on, though. Did you have more to say about Brittney Griner? I don't want to rush it too
I think we pretty much covered it all. Yeah.
Brittney Griner, we want you to get home.
We hope she gets back to America.
We want you to be back here, home, safe and sound. And We don't want any U.S. citizen to have to go through some stuff like this. I mean, if I got caught up out there in Russia, I'd be looking at all of America. I'd be like, oh no, let me get back up in their body. I'm going to make sure don't nobody vote for you no more because of what happened to me. They shouldn't let her back now, because if she comes back now, she might go on an anti-2024 voting campaign. Like, don't vote for none of them. Yeah. And then everyone's talking about how Trump would have been got her out, which is probably true. Yeah,
he would have been got her out.
Trump might be like, I don't like you and your group or whatnot, but hey, you attack one of our country, that's all of us. And so he'll handle it accordingly. But man, I just hope she gets back as soon as possible. And,
that's how we hope for the best out of this situation.
Yeah, that news was all over the place. 9 years. She gets 9 years.
9.5 years. No one's helping.
Until y'all go get everybody out of jail who's in jail right now for marijuana out here in the country. Don't be going talking about what Russia's doing wrong. Man, there's people. I visited people in jail for selling marijuana. You don't get to sit here and tell us about Russia and how bad they are when you got the same people in jail, and then right down the street you got a legal store for it.
Yeah.
It's a joke. This is a whole nother podcast, man. This is a whole nother thing.
It is a joke, man.
Yeah, but it's a joke.
Yeah, man.
What's our man Stephen A. Smith say? Stay off the weed.
Hey, bro, he probably be on it himself.
You never know what's going on with people behind closed doors. Everybody got something. I'll tell you that. Everybody got something. Yep. Some people it's just sugar. Let me stop, man.
Sweets, man.
Sweets. It's coffee. Some people it's just coffee.
Just coffee. It's Starbucks.
Some people it's candy. Some people it's diet soda. Yeah, everybody got something. Some people got stuff that I don't even know what the name is.
It's McDonald's for some people.
It's McDonald's for some people. Everybody got something, so don't be sitting here judging nobody.
Don't be
judging nobody, and we won't judge you. Hold on, let me get my little.
Got your McDonald's right there, bro.
Yeah.
Let's check out. Let's move on for this situation. Let's go. Deshaun Watson, man.
Okay. The NFL, Deshaun Watson. What's happening with the brother?
The NFL just they sentenced, or the judge gave him a suspension of 6 games for the NFL. 6 weeks. 6 weeks.
This was the NFL gave him 6 games.
Yeah. So no, the judge. So there's a judge in the NFL because of some situation that happened a few years ago. The players didn't like how the NFL commissioner was handling the suspensions or whatnot, so they went out and got a judge or whatnot.
Oh, wow.
For the NFL or whatnot. So basically, what happened was Monday, they got a judge, and she was like, he's going to be suspended 6 games and no pay, right? With no pay, right? Now people are arguing that's not enough. Some people want him to have more. Some people believe that's perfect. That's a perfect crime, but I look at it this way: is there's 24 allegations against him. 20 of those 24 allegations are settled, right? And then he's pleading not guilty. And so from all I can hear is, like, we really don't have anything.
Oh, he pleaded not guilty. He didn't go the Brittney Griner route.
No, he didn't.
He said, "Hey, I maintain my innocence. Y'all can accuse." That's why even the way you told the story was just 24 allegations. It's not that he did the crime. allegations because he didn't plead guilty. Brittney Griner pleaded guilty. Everyone's like, yeah, she had a vape pen. Everybody knows the crime she did. Man, that's the key. That's the key. Man, don't plead guilty.
Don't plead. But so
24 counts.
Yeah. What do you think about
not
that?
Counts, allegations.
Yeah.
24 allegations. And 20 of them have been taken care of, pretty much?
Yeah, they said 20 of them have been settled, so I'm not...
So there's 4 people that they just couldn't find.
I'm not sure what's going
4 people want a higher payout.
Yeah.
4 people are like, I'm holding off till it's a million.
A lot of people are saying, like, hey, if it's 24 women, like, that's farther than, like, 24 women not gonna lie about one person. So
man, they said the same thing about Bill Cosby. They were like, 50 women. 50 women couldn't all be lying. And then the judge threw the case out saying they were all lying. So I don't know what these people be on. You can go get 50 people to lie on someone. They all get a payout
easily,
or whatnot.
Man, easily. They will lie for money.
And my thing with Deshaun Watson, I just feel like it's the worst accusation to be trying to accuse somebody of going to... When you are an NFL player...
It's to massage people, too. So it's like...
You are NFL player. You are a quarterback. You are one of the top fittest athletes with money in the world. And they making it seem like he went over there and had to abuse somebody to get something. Like, no, he has women throwing themselves at him all day, every day.
Yeah.
After the game, before the game, during the game, if he'd like to. So what are they acting like he? Remember when the Patriots owner had all these allegations on him? Robert Kraft.
I heard about it, but
you just heard about it, and they threw the story out. You didn't even hear about that no more. They've been talking about DeShaun Watson since 2021.
Yeah.
You haven't heard nothing about no Robert Kraft. Until I hear about Robert Kraft, I don't want to hear nothing about no DeShaun Watson and his allegations, because we know Robert Kraft. Robert Kraft was into some stuff.
He was into some shady business over there.
Yeah, Robert Kraft was into some stuff, and we don't know why his stuff went out the news with all the allegations he made, and he's not getting suspended 6 games without pay for the first 6 games.
There's a talk about the NFL owners. So the Miami Dolphins, apparently something happened with them, like in this past draft or whatnot, where they basically like they cheated or something like that, right? Or like something happened, they didn't follow the rules, basically, right? Mm-hmm. So they're saying like, okay, so the Miami Dolphins coach.
Was this the coach who sued him?
Yeah.
I remember he sued him. The problem was he had only won like 1 or 2 games that season.
They were trying to pay him to lose games They're trying to pay him to lose games.
What?
Yeah, so because
that team should be suspended. Then the team should be suspended.
Well, he didn't
rigging
take
the NFL.
He didn't take it, but the owner was really trying to pay him to lose games so they could get better position in the draft, right?
And then they would have fired him when he lost all the games.
Probably would have, right?
He could have never got a coaching job.
They offered to pay him like an extra like $10,000 per game loss or whatnot. He was like,
$10,000 ain't enough.
He was like, nah,
$10,000 ain't nearly enough. $10,000,
not enough.
That pays for his plane ticket to his next job. That's it. You know that's not enough. That's not gonna work.
But basically, and they were like, I think they had the Dolphins, they took away their first round pick or whatnot, and then they charged the owner like $1 million or whatnot. And so people were saying like, yo, like the owner, they need to be held to a higher account than the players. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you're gonna suspend DeShaun Watson 6 games for that
without pay, that's the key thing. It's always they suspend without pay.
Do you know how much the owners are making, man?
Oh,
so $1 million to him is nothing. He's just gonna.
You don't know how much the owners are making. That's the key thing. Bro, you don't know.
They're making a lot.
They're making so much. You don't know. You don't know. It's not even the stuff that is on paper. But it's the just owners, man, they're out of there. They
need to be held to a higher account than the players. That's all it is.
Yeah, it needs to be the same. If you're a part of this NFL corporation, this NFL league, you need to be a part of the same. You can also get fired or whatnot. But see, they're the owners. Everything's based around and supported by the owners.
Yeah,
I think the players definitely have more power if they. Man, let me have been a player. I would have had protests going on about 10 different issues at one time. I would have been having all these things strategically planned out. So 1 week y'all protesting, next week this team protesting. We're gonna do it where you still get the NFL and they still hurt the pocket. So, but yeah, there's too much stuff, man. DeShaun Watson, the 6 games without pay. Why is that? Didn't the man go through his legal troubles and legal issues? They try to take the best years out of somebody.
If he pleaded until he's proven guilty.
Yeah,
I feel like So they're saying like Watson could like really sue the NFL for this. So
yeah, and then you go through everything Kaepernick had to go through, sit out for the next 5 or 10 years.
Yeah,
I just hate that these things be like they pick and choose who they want to go after, and I think the media, you can literally just frame anybody however you want to in the media.
Oh, they can.
Like if you have, because really all they did was 24 allegations. That's it, allegations. How are you gonna? And didn't this happen right after he signed his big contract?
No, this happened like 2 years ago. So he was with the Texans.
It happened 2 years ago after he had like a good playoff run.
I believe he did sign a contract.
Then he signed a big contract.
I believe he did.
Then he got all these allegations on him. Man, I'm telling you, man, the people be after your money, and you got to be lawyered up and protected, and you got to be in a position where no one can accuse you of nothing.
Yeah.
Like no one should be able to accuse him of anything. And he should be able to just walk out and be like, no, they can't accuse me. They can try to take me to court, but they can't accuse me of nothing. That's where you have to be when you're at that level, that type of money, that type of status. Shoot, even if you're just a regular person, you need to be at that level where no one can blame you for anything.
Yeah.
or accuse you for something.
Yeah.
Man, I just feel so bad for my brothers and sisters. But Brittney Griner, DeShaun Watson going through it. Like, they're trying to suspend. He already didn't play last year.
Yeah, he didn't play all last year because of
the court issues.
Yeah.
And now he's coming back, and they're trying to see what they're going to suspend him without pay. Yeah. I just don't get how they do this type of stuff, man.
Yeah, man. It definitely is crazy.
And you got all these other allegations of people who don't nobody say nothing about. I don't get it. The Patriots owner, yeah, he had all types of allegations. We don't even know what happened to those. Got thrown under the water.
He's an owner too, so it's like it's different status right there.
He's the owner. He's paying almost everybody who works in the NFL.
The players,
he's lawyers. The one who's responsible for paying them, so no one really talks about the person who pays you.
Oh yeah, they're not gonna talk.
You got to go after those
people. He can release you like literally during the playoffs.
Man, them players could hurt them pockets.
Yeah,
them players could hurt their pockets. But I was watching a video with, you probably know the brother Ryan. He was on First Take sometimes. Ryan Clark, yeah. Ryan Clark. Brandon Marshall, a couple other guys, a podcast they have, and Brandon Marshall is talking about how many NFL players do not speak up about things because they're trying to get the bag. They're trying to get the money. Like they've worked all their lives trying to get to a certain point. And now that they're that close, they're like, okay, if you just do this,
lose it. Yeah.
If you have this many catches this year, then you'll get the major contract next year. So they're still trying to go after that little carrot that everyone's putting in front of them, and so they never get to a point where it's like, hey, I'm good, I'm secure, I'm a say mine. Kaepernick was at that point; he had already gotten paid. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna protest this now. You feel what I'm saying? But most of the NFL players are still trying to get that money, that contract. They at a certain point, but it's not like the NBA where if you make it to the NBA, you out of there with the money already.
Yeah.
NFL, you got to work for it because they know you're more injury prone. So these are all factors that we got to look at for why, people be like, why the NFL not do nothing? Because they're not in that mindset. First of all, they're in a mindset of all my life I've been trying to make it here.
They're just about the game, yeah.
Right. All their lives they've been trying to make it here. They haven't all their lives been trying to be no revolutionary or something like that.
Yeah.
There's very few of them who end up with that gene and being in that right environment at the right time.
That is true, yeah.
The Kyrie Irvings, the Kaepernicks, the Muhammad Alis, all of those type of people. It's few of them. It's few of them.
What you got to understand is the greater you are in the sport, the more status you have and the more leverage you have on the owners and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Exactly. Like, that goes back to what we were saying last year. Andrew Wiggins, him not taking the vaccine, that's way differently than Kyrie Irving not taking the vaccine because they're different players in the game. You know what I'm saying? So different skill levels, different packs and everything. So it's different.
What do you think with Deshaun Watson? Do you think he will? Do you think he'll come back and be great again, or has he taken such a hit that we're gonna see a difference?
No, I think if the Seattle Seahawks would have traded for him, he could have been great. You know what I'm saying? But nah.
Who do the Seattle Seahawks have at quarterback now?
No, hey, we'll talk. We'll come back to them later on.
Yeah, the Seahawks will come back to them. Okay.
We're stuck with Geno Smith and Drew Lock, some 70 overalls in Madden, but
the Seahawks used to have a dynasty, man. They used to have that Legion of Boom.
But what should we call it? So to answer your question, I think him coming back mid-season. It depends because the NFL, they could appeal, and I heard the NFL right now is trying to get him more time now because they waited for how their media react. So I heard like the NFL commissioner or whatnot, they're actually thinking about considering giving him more time. But right now, if he's just suspended for 6 games,
now what are they suspending him for?
I'm not sure. I guess he violated some policies in the NFL or whatnot. So it's just like.
Because he missed the games last week on his contract. If you miss the whole season, you get fined the next season.
That probably
some weird stuff.
I think him coming back mid-season, it really is gonna depend on where the team's at. If like
the Browns, right?
It's gonna.
You only got to be decent.
How many
wins?
How many wins do they have? Where's the team's conference level? And I heard like this. Even some players in the locker room right now is like kind of skeptical about him right now.
Okay.
So, he's got to like work that relationship out with his receivers and everything. So it's like, I think he can be great again. I don't think he'll be great this year, but I think like next year he could definitely be great again. Okay. He was a good quarterback before he left.
Yeah.
He was on a bad team. He was on the Houston Texans. So it's
I like him. I like his personality and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I think I think anybody can have allegations. You know how I feel about the allegations, because even when we talked about Miles Bridges, I'm not going to be sitting there throwing rocks at nobody.
Everyone had allegations.
He had allegations, and they found out she was lying.
Yeah,
they found out she was lying. Man, these people can just lie and get the money and then be okay with lying.
Yeah, women will lie. They'll lie for the allegations just to try and get the money.
Men will too.
Yeah,
man. When it comes to the money,
hey, people change for the money, man.
When it comes to the money, I never forget one guy. He told me, he said, man, when it comes to that almighty dollar, people will sell their own mama. That's the truest thing. People will sell their own family members for the almighty dollar, and that just shows how brainwashed we are into with money. You know, we're brainwashed into this thing with money. So. Yeah, Deshaun Watson, man. Anything else we need to talk about on that?
We hope the best for him, man.
Definitely. Yeah, we want to retouch on this topic when we see him get back in the league.
We'll definitely talk about this more.
Because Deshaun Watson, that was the man a couple years ago in Houston. He was getting them to the playoffs, and I think he won a couple games or something, like to wild card games or whatnot to get in there. And then he signed a big contract. Next thing I heard from this brother was all the allegations. They're like, we're about to pull all that money back.
Yeah.
I really don't think they like these people getting their millions, man. They don't like to see them with their money. They want to pull that money back in. They're like, oh, yeah, he got $70 million on his contract. The city's like, we got $70 million. We got to take all of that. These people are going bankrupt after all this stuff, man. Yeah, so
you got to pay the lawyers and attorneys.
You got to play smart. They need to move that money. They need to move that money into assets and wealth that can't be touched.
Most people who make allegations, they end up just...
They the brokest people.
No, well, yeah, it beat that, but they'll end up, like, not losing anything out of it. They'll just come out and be like, oh, I lied or whatnot.
You don't even know who they are.
Yeah, you don't even know who they are. And then they won't be sued or anything like that. They're just like, they won't lose anything from that.
Right.
They'll just come out and be like, yeah, I lied, my bad. Right. Or something like that, you know?
And that's why, as a man, you got to know your value. You have to know how valuable you are, especially when you're a man with money. When you're a man with money, your value is, it's insanely through the roof. The difference between a man without money and a man with money in this system, crazy differences. Yeah. You're literally talking about people making life decisions based off of you having money or not. Literally. So you got to understand your value. If you're a working man, you are very valuable in this society. And everybody knows that. Society knows it. Government knows that. Authorities know it. Women know it. Children know it. Everybody know it. So you just have to behave accordingly with that and very responsible. Yeah. So that's why I said you got to be above and beyond. You know, this ain't your system. When you go to that NFL, you see all them owners up there. They not of your group, so they're not with you. It can't be your system. I know y'all running around on the field doing your thing, but it can't be your system if everybody who owns the thing ain't from y'all.
Yeah,
or ain't with y'all. Whatever you want to say it.
I tell people, look at LeBron James with what he did with his money. He started at school, but he started businesses. You know what I'm saying? He started
put that money into businesses.
Yeah, he started making that money work for him.
That's exactly what he did. That's what the smart ones do. Yeah, that's what the smart ones do. Jordan did the same thing.
That's why you see a lot of you hear about a lot of boxers, bro. Like 20 years after they retire, they'll be broke because all they do is they spend their money, blah blah blah.
Yep.
You know, so you definitely gotta be smart with it and understand your value.
You're very right on that, man. Very right on that.
Definitely, man. So
all right, moving on.
Move on.
Oh, we had now an ancestors that have gone to the spirit world. Bill Russell passed away. This
Sunday?
Sunday
morning. Yeah.
88 years old.
88 years old, man.
Man, Bill Russell, the famous tall center from the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
On their earliest
11 championships,
earliest years.
Bro.
Yeah.
11 rings.
That's crazy, huh?
That is very crazy.
He won a lot during the 60s.
He is a legend, yeah.
Yeah, Bill Russell.
Before that Michael Jordan era or whatnot.
Yeah. He was before that Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, all there. He was before all that. So he was playing at a time when, man, race comes up in like all these topics.
Yeah.
He was playing at a time when they only let one black on the team when he first started playing. So that's why a lot of people don't give him all the credit he deserves, because they feel like, well, he was only playing against all these little white guys. He wasn't playing against all these black guys. So he still won 11 championships. So regardless of what you want to say about him, he got in the league and did his thing. Mm-hmm. He did what he did with the time he was
good at what he did. Yeah,
it's not like he was, okay. Well, if they only let one black on the team, why weren't all the other black people on the team leading their team to 11 championships? Nah, he had something to do with it. So he and I've watched some of the footage of him. It's insane. Like he was very insane.
I mean, he won 11 championships.
He won 11 championships. He won 2 college championships. Mm-hmm. He won broke all types of records and everything. So I've watched him and rest in power to him. You know what? I didn't really know so much about him off the court. Yeah, off the court, he did a lot of stuff with the civil rights movement. And he did a lot of different things as far as his vocal support during that time. I think in the 60s you had to be with your group. Your group was fighting. You had to be. It wasn't like now black people can be all off into their own thing or whatever. Like back then it was like, okay, we all have to stand together to get our stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't go to certain restaurants, you can't go to certain schools. If we're gonna get something, we all gotta get it. So Bill Russell was about that back then. Mm-hmm. Shout out to him.
So did you know that Bill Russell, he coached the Kings?
Bro. What?
Bro, he coached the Kings. Wait. I just searched it up today. I was finding some info on him. He's like, apparently he coached the Sacramento Kings, bro.
Wait. Bill Russell came to Sacramento?
He coached the Kings, bro.
Bill Russell was coaching the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah.
When was this?
In 1987. They said he lasted 58 games, bro. They said 58
Only
games.
58 games.
That's the Kings' ownership, bro.
So the Kings had Bill Russell, an 11-time champion, as their coach before. This story gets worse for the Kings as we go along. The Kings make it seem like it's the players' fault. They make it seem like it's the coach's fault. You had an 11-time champion.
So he only lasted 58 games, and then the next season, he didn't even last a full season in the office with the Kings. So he was done, and he left, and they still had to pay him.
You know what? That lets you know there's way deeper things going on with the Sacramento Kings. Bro. And they've been trying to blame the players, the coaches. They've been trying to blame the rookies, DeMarcus Cousins, Tyreek Evans. They're trying to blame everybody else.
Now they're trying to blame Darren Fox. Bro.
Yeah, they're trying to blame everybody else. There's something wrong.
You keep bringing in a different coach every 2 years. Every
year.
I
never knew. I did not know Bill Russell coached the Sacramento Kings.
I didn't know he coached the Kings till today either.
This man did a lot in his lifetime.
He did a lot.
And that was just for a year, and he's like, I'm gone.
I'm
gone, and y'all can still pay me for the advice and knowledge I gave y'all. Yeah, when you're at that level, you want people who are going to listen to you. Mm-hmm. Look at all these guys like Jerry West. He's with the Clippers still. All these guys who know the game, they're like, I'm not dealing with someone who's not going to listen to what I say. Mm-hmm. I know what I'm talking about. Y'all need to listen to me.
Bill Russell. That's kind of what happened. That's what people were saying. What happened with Kevin Durant and the Nets? He was telling them this, and they was not listening to him. So he's like, you know what? Whatever.
Right.
I want to trade.
Right.
Trade me. Get me off this team. You guys aren't listening to me. I don't want to play for y'all.
Now we're looking at Kevin Durant, and it's like he's probably going to have to start playing for Brooklyn.
He's going to have to start playing with the Nets.
Hopefully that doesn't tear down too much of his image or whatever you want to call it. So that's something crazy.
Definitely rest in power to Bill Russell, man.
To Bill Russell. And also just, man, rest in peace to the Kings, too, because they can't seem to get together. That's new news, but it almost feels like old news. Yeah. Again, they fired a coach. Again, they fired and blamed the coach. And he was just
They're always blaming the coach. That there's something wrong with the Kings, bro. It's just... But... You know what? That brings up another question, bro. That brings up another question.
What's the question?
So we're talking about the Kings. Off air, we're talking about the Kings.
Yeah.
Do you think that who will go farther in the season, the Sacramento Kings or the Los Angeles Lakers?
The ultimate question.
The Lakers, bro.
That's a great question.
You don't know.
The Kings.
Tough to say, huh?
Man. Because you don't even know who all's going to be healthy.
Yeah.
The Kings might have a better chance than the Lakers.
You think they have a better chance?
As far as seeding, winning games and seeding, Lakers take too many games off, I think the Kings this year are going to go hard every game. I really do. I think they're going to go hard, and if they have a chance to get the play-ins,
we're a young team.
Yeah, they got a rookie who don't know nothing about the Sacramento Kings history. You got De'Aaron Fox who's trying to prove himself. You got Sabonis who's fresh and new. So you got
he was only there half the season last year too.
If that, it might have been like less than half.
Yeah,
by the time he came in, he was trying to help him to the playoffs, but it was already
too far
he
out.
was trying to help him from slipping. But it was too slippery. They was already slipping. Someone's like, "Oh, it's a lost cause this year. Let's get ready for next year."
Yeah, but
so
I think
the Kings could do it. I think Lakers are gonna have too much drama.
I think that I agree with what you said. The Kings can have a better seeding than the Lakers, but I think ultimately the Lakers will still go farther than the Kings. But I see the Kings making it to the play-ins and maybe the first round of the playoffs this year.
Okay.
If they can pull things together.
Okay. Because
they are a young team. They all kind of been together. And this new rookie, Keegan Murray, I'm telling you guys, he's a different type of rookie than we got in the last few years. Like, this is someone who I put my money on. Like,
hey, I hope so.
Yeah.
I really hope he comes in there and does something that gives him a spark. I hope he does
something good, yeah.
De'Aaron Fox gets more into his role. They got rid of Buddy Hield.
The Kings traded our last rookie.
Buddy Hield?
Tyrese Halliburton or someone.
Tyrese Halliburton?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They traded him, so
he needed to go. They weren't.
I don't even know why they got him.
Yeah, they weren't working together well.
Yeah, they weren't. We get too many guards.
He was very frustrating to watch play because he would take things. He wouldn't take it seriously. I'm like, what's wrong with this guy?
He seemed like he came in the league, got his money, and then was like, all right, let me just play.
Yep.
Just pick up game or whatnot.
He might do good in Indiana. Mm-hmm. He might do good. I think he went to Indiana. He might do good over there. Who knows?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just the Kings organization just gets to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're still working on a Sacramento Kings episode at the Golden One Arena. We're waiting for a little bit more news to come out about the Sacramento Kings. Yeah.
I know you said you're not spending a dime on the Kings. I'm probably going to a game.
I'll be right there at the front door.
I gotta go to a game. I gotta check out Keegan Murray, man.
Okay.
Real. Let's move on. DK Metcalf. All right, so as you guys know, Seattle Seahawks, they lost.
Okay.
We lost Russell Wilson this year.
Yeah, that's a tough loss. Y'all gonna feel that. Man. Y'all gonna feel that one halfway through the season or something. Y'all gonna feel it.
We are. Hey, the fans, we already feeling it now, bro. Like it's different. Like the past few years, we had Russell Wilson. We got a chance. We got a legit shot. You know what I'm saying? This year, I don't even know if we're gonna make the playoffs this year. Like it's that bad.
Yeah.
But
now, are you a Russell Wilson fan?
I'm a Russell Wilson fan. Like,
you're gonna root for him when you see him.
He's a cool player. He's a cool player. Like I got nothing against him. Like I wish he had stayed, but Seattle, the organization, they had made some moves without his last year. He wanted the offensive coordinator to stay, but they fired him.
One of these type of things.
Yeah, so and then this year we didn't make the playoffs. So I think it was time. I think it was time for him to go. Not even I wanted him to stay, but it was just the way the organization was treating him and stuff.
Yeah,
he's getting older now. He needs to. He wants a legitimate shot at winning the Super Bowl.
Does he have it with Denver?
No,
not this year.
I don't know because the AFC there's too many. You got Baltimore, you got Kansas City, you got the Steelers, you got Buffalo. You got too many teams in the AFC right now. I don't see Denver coming out on top.
It's going to be too tough for him.
It's going to be too tough. But DK Metcalf, he got a 3-year extension to the Seattle Seahawks, and he got paid $73 million,
Okay.
So I guess the question here is, do you believe he deserved it? All right, so
yeah.
I mean, I'll let you go first.
Yeah, he definitely deserves it.
He definitely deserves it, yeah.
And it seems like without Russell Wilson, they're going to be depending more on his services now. DK Metcalf is out of this world. Man. He's out of this world.
He's a beast, bro.
His highlights. I was watching him run the 100-meter race against actual 100-meter athletes. And I think he was towards the end, but I mean, it still was just that's a matter of technique. I'm like, this guy on the field, you don't want to see this guy running at you or nothing.
There's a video.
We're trying to tackle him.
There's a video clip of him, and he's he takes a blindside hit, and he doesn't flinch at all.
Really?
He didn't even see the hit, and he didn't flinch at all. And then the other guy's on the ground. He's just he's upset he didn't catch the football. I'm like, bro. So I'm like, I'll show you the clip out of this, but yeah, it was funny. But yeah, I think obviously being a fan of Seattle Seahawks, we definitely need to keep him. But I think we definitely did. We definitely did need him, and we still have Tyler Lockett right now. Okay, so the thing with the Seattle Seahawks is they're saying Geno Smith right now. If you saw him, the backup quarterback last year.
Yeah, I know.
They're saying he's gonna be the number 1 QB this year. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have faith in him.
After last year,
he played like 4 or 5 games, and
he lost them.
We didn't win 1 game with him, so it's like
that's not a good look for him.
But like in Geno
Seattle.
Smith, I don't like Drew Lock either. So I mean, and then a lot of the fans are kind of upset because like, yo, Deshaun Watson this year was on the trade block. Same with Baker Mayfield, and the Seattle Seahawks did not get any of them. So it's like, and we just lost our running back Chris Carson. Due to a neck thing, he had to retire. So, I mean, but yeah, I definitely think he deserved it. And he is a beast. But the only thing I would say about Metcalf is he's got to learn how to like control his emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they get those 3 and outs and whatnot, he will get upset or whatnot. And
does he get upset like Antonio Brown, or is he more?
Like, he'll just let it get into his head. You know.
So he'll stop playing maybe as hard.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Okay.
You know?
He's passionate about winning.
He's passionate about winning. But there's nothing wrong with it. But I think he definitely deserved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
You definitely, I think a lot of wide receivers have that. He's a wide receiver, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of wide receivers have that. Like Antonio Brown had this, Terrell Owens had this, Randy Moss had this. These were like wide receivers from when I was growing up. All these guys had that thing where, like, their quarterback has to pass them the ball.
Yeah.
Their quarterback's trying to follow the plays of the coaching staff, the whatever the team
offensive
coordinator, the play, on call, everything. They're trying to follow all of these things, and Randy Moss or Terrell Owens or Calvin Johnson, they're just like, pass me the ball. I have this guy open. This guy can't hold me. I'm faster. I'm stronger than this guy. Pass me the ball. We got it. But the wide receiver has to depend so much on the quarterback.
Yeah.
Then when the quarterback passes it better be a good pass. Because don't throw it to me and now you're making me look bad because I couldn't catch the pass.
Or they talking about me. Or you might see the receiver late.
Right,
and then
exactly.
Late.
So it's a lot. That quarterback is the focal point of the team, no matter how good a wide receiver is. Mm-hmm. The only other way you can do it is if your running back is really the star of the team.
Yeah.
And it's so tough to deal with the running back that you don't even got to have the huge passing game. Mm-hmm. But that's I think what probably Metcalf goes through. I know Antonio Brown goes through it. Like, hey, y'all stop playing with my attempts. At least I need to get 12 attempts a game.
They definitely did. It's clear. Tampa Bay, they did Antonio Brown wrong. They did him dirty.
That's what came out, huh?
Speaking about Tampa Bay, they got Julio Jones, man.
Do they have Tom Brady still?
Yeah, he came back out of retirement. But
I don't know what you would
call it. They got
Julio might should have stayed out this time.
You think he should have stayed out?
I think if he should have stayed out this time. He can't give it up. But
you think Tom Brady should have sat out?
I think maybe this year he retired. He went through his retirement process
for
and
43 days, bro.
Yeah, it's like he just had a little vacation and decided to come back. Nah,
you think he should?
This when you start getting,
This
when you start getting hurt, man. You start trying to do this little comeback stuff at 44, 45. Need to hang it up. Transition. See, he can't. Some people know how to transition. Like Kobe Bryant was transitioning into other stuff.
Yeah,
remember that?
He doesn't have nothing after.
You have to transition into all these businesses.
You have to have something after.
You have to transition. If not, this is all you've been doing for years. Mm-hmm. You don't know how to transition. So I think Tom Brady should have hung it up this last year. It almost ended bad with this whole Antonio Brown situation stuff.
Yeah, I think he
distanced himself
too,
from it.
Like, hey, he definitely did. I think he should have hung it up too, because like this year, he could, like, he's getting older. He could definitely hurt his season, his legacy of now.
He could hurt himself.
He could hurt himself.
Like, shoot, you at this age and you got young guys ready to hit you. They coming around the corner. They're like,
trying to prove,
I can get Tom Brady.
They're trying to prove something, you know.
Some of these guys he's going up against. He's been in the league as long as they've been alive. Some of these guys he's going up against 21, 22.
He's been in the
23.
league for that long.
Yeah, he's been in the league that long. These guys, all their lives, have been like, man, if I hit that corner right there, I'm going right for the ribs. Like,
they've watched him play on TV.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. But
I wouldn't get back out there.
Hey, we'll see.
Yeah.
Hey, he is one of the greatest QBs of all time.
He's one of the greatest.
That's
but he's all right.
But yeah, Metcalf definitely got it. Y'all, man, thank y'all so much for tuning in with us on S&J Sports Talk. If you are watching this, please press that thumbs up button. Press that like button. We want to get the likes and the thumbs up going. Subscribe to the channel and share the content. Share the content on your social media pages. Let us know how you're feeling about S&J Sports Talk in the comments.
Don't forget to put in the comments, what is the greatest sports moment you ever witnessed, all right?
What's the greatest sports moment you ever witnessed? That's the question for this week. I love it. I love it, man. Any news you got going on this week?
Just keep in tune with also don't forget to check us out on Spotify, bro.
Okay.
We're on Spotify.
Spotify's S&J Sports Talk.
S&J Sports Talk. You'll see our podcast there. And yeah.
And also on Instagram on S&J Sports Talk if you want to touch base with us there. We've really been learning that YouTube is the way. YouTube is the way to grow your channel.
Podcast,
yeah, grow your podcast. So we're really sticking with YouTube. But definitely look for us on Spotify, Instagram as well. And we're out of here, man. Yeah. Jonathan, it's been great hosting with you, my brother.
Definitely, man.
Real great hosting with you, man. Shout out to everybody who's listening and watching. Y'all enjoy the rest of your week. We'll be back on here with y'all soon. Peace.